welcome to On the Couch with Nomzamo. Before you are able to practice it, you first need to understand what it means. Yes, today's topic may mean different things to different people because we all have different ways of doing and looking at it. I will help you though with a general definition I came across. It is said that it's a state of self-appreciation from actions that support our physical, psychological, and spiritual growth. It means having the high regard of our own well-being and happiness, taking care of our own needs, and not sacrificing our well-being to please others. It means not settling for less than we deserve. Today's topic is of self-love is the backbone of confidence. And gracing us on the couch today is Carolee Slamet, an entrepreneur at heart. She's a qualified travel agent. No wonder she loves traveling and enjoys traveling so much. She's also a honey fashion accessories team leader, where she gets to live her passion through training, coaching, and guiding like minded people on being financially empowered. A self confessed go getter, I'd like to welcome on the couch with Nomzamo, Carolee, who will be talking to us about her journey of self love, embracing her womanhood, building her self image, and financial freedom. All coming out in a form of the magnetic confidence that draws one into wanting to get to know her better. Well, that's what happened with me. So I'd like to welcome you, Carrie, and thank you for joining us on the couch.
Hi, Nomzamo. Thank you very much for this opportunity to be on the couch with you.
Thank you. Carrie, like I was saying, you ooze confidence. You're so beautiful as always. And I just like to understand, and with our viewers as well, what does self-love, self-confidence, and a well-built self-esteem mean to you?
So, self-love for me is really about not settling for anything less than you deserve. And to be able to just be yourself, and to have people appreciate you for who you are, not having to, candy coat things and to project yourself in any other way but who you naturally are on the outside. And to just do you and be you.
Lovely. And for you, how did that journey begin?
So for me, apart from my business, I was involved with someone who didn't really appreciate my outgoing personality. And I sort of became a recluse from the outside world. And eventually I just got to a point down the line where I felt that I needed to make a change. And through making that change, I started to get into a much better and more involved relationship with myself. So prior to all of that, I was always outgoing and sociable and the life of the party. But sometimes I think when we get involved with the wrong people who are not evenly yoked for us, we tend to lose a little bit of ourselves. And that for me is what happened to me. When I was in that situation, I was hiding behind a lot of things that us women don't normally actually acknowledge. We are conditioned by society that we need to be married at a certain time, we need to have babies at a certain time, we need to do certain things according to certain clocks. And I think that is one of the things that held me in that relationship, because it just seemed like, it was not easy to meet someone eligible. But I then, looked at myself and made the cognizant decision to work on my look that started changing. I started losing myself and I needed to, gain perspective and gain back who I was, getting, fit, being more in touch with myself, having my personal time, doing what I love, chatting to my friends, going out, being sociable, and not settling for anything less than I deserve.
Yeah. Well, I've heard a lot about those kind of women who don't settle for anything. That they are often labeled as intimidating and and those kind of women. And I used to be one of those. I probably still believe I am. Uh, yeah, you just come across as intimidating because you know what you want. How are you received out there, especially in the dating scene?
So I am quite eligible for a lot of people, but I don't always necessarily think that people are eligible for myself.
Mm.
Um, I'm a very sociable, outgoing person. I am the life of most parties, most functions and events. And it takes a certain kind of individual that could match me on the same level and appreciate the spotlight that, I am in and he could be in with me. And a lot of people feel that I'm high maintenance, but I'm like, you know what? I'm maintaining all of this. So this shouldn't actually be a problem for you.
Yeah.
I mean, what man wouldn't like a woman to look good, feel good, and to actually compliment them? So that for me is what I find the challenges to be, is that I may look high profile, but I'm still really just a soft hearted woman who wants to be loved. Yeah.
It's amazing how self love, self confidence equals to other people thinking that you too good for them or
Yes.
not good for them because
Yes.
they want to put you on a pedestal there and without the frills which are you love yourself too much, you too confident, you too financially independent. Like, what do you want really? And it's so sad because you mentioned society putting all these things into our heads. That's why most women are so used to putting themselves last to a point where they forget taking care of themselves, putting
Yes.
themselves first. Because how do you love the next person without knowing how to love yourself first? They're so busy taking care of everyone else and than pamper themselves. How do you pamper yourself, Ken?
Well, every day is a pamper day for me. Apart from going to the spa, just to have time out with either family or friends. I love to get my nails done. I love to get my hair done. I like to eat good food, drink good wine, shop till I drop. And that for me is my pamper time. Also, just maybe staying at home and, listening to music, having a candlelight bath, um, eating good food at home. And I love to cook.
Yeah.
And so that is how I pamper myself. And women need to do that a lot more for themselves. I always say that, and as you've said, you've got to be able to love yourself and to know what it is that is good for you in order for you to know what is good for the next person.
Exactly.
So if you don't love yourself and you don't do things for yourself, you don't reward yourself and appreciate yourself, you can't be doing those things for other people.
Yeah, and I know I've seen you big on buying yourself flowers. Girls, please, please, can you get the habit of buying yourself flowers? It makes you feel good. It boosts your confidence. It's all about self love. Can we stop waiting for our guys, our men, to buy us flowers? And I know Carrie can tell us more about that. She's very big on buying herself flowers.
So my gran left a very beautiful crystal vase to me when she passed away. But also prior to this actual vase, I've always been someone who's loved flowers. Unfortunately for me, I've never really had someone who's spoiled me with flowers, and I guess all those spoils and the frills that you want, you have to provide for
For
yourself.
yourself, yeah.
So I buy flowers on a regular occasion. I love to walk into my place, see beautiful colors, smell the beautiful scent that they radiate, and depending on my mood, the flowers are also dependent on all of that. So sometimes it can be big, bold, very colorful. Other times they're just very cute little roses, depending on my vibe that I'm feeling in. But I love flowers, and I definitely buy them for myself, and I'm definitely not waiting for some guy to buy them.
Good for you. Good for you. I hope the ladies are listening and they're going to start doing the flower buying for themselves as part of their self pampering. Carrie, I've recently gotten to know that you're into vision boards as well. When did you start with the vision board? What does it do to you? And for you, have you realized any of the stuff that you put on your vision board? And please enlighten us so that maybe we can also jump on the wagon and start using our vision boards to live our dreams.
So, Dare to Dream is what my ex-honey mentor taught to us. So in our business, we had a mentor, and what she had was what she called a Dare to Dream, and that was daring to dream about the visions that you have in your life. And one Saturday, we all got together, and she got us a whole lot of cardboard and magazines, and it was a lovely day to just spend with the woman, daring and dreaming.
Yeah.
And we got to cut out all the things that we desire in our lives and that we would want to have, whether you are working or unemployed, that kind of stuff. So I cut out all the things that resonated with me, and I formulated a collage on this vision board. And it's all about making your stuff visible. You must be able to see it on a daily basis. You must be able to think about it all the time. And more importantly, you need to execute the plan to achieve what is on your vision board. So for argument's sake, I've always wanted to drive an Audi. So I cut out an Audi picture, and within 2 years, I've actually now accomplished 2 Audis. So, and then I was on a journey about my weight and my health. So I put some affirmative words there, and gym clothes. I put myself in a gym outfit, and I looked at how I looked previously versus how I look now. And getting up every single day and going to the gym and looking at how I used to be versus what it is that I am now also helped me to get back to being who I was.
Yeah.
So vision boards are all about making your wants, your needs, your desires visible
And a reality.
a goal plan and a time frame to actually achieve those things. So it can be anything. It can be a microwave, it can be a house, it can be a car, a husband, a baby, financial freedom.
Yeah.
You've just got to map out your riches and stuff on your vision board and put it somewhere where you can see it all the time. So mine is actually on my wardrobe. When I get up in the morning, I see it. When I go to bed at night, I see it.
Yeah.
When I open the wardrobe, I see it. And I've really achieved quite a number of things on my vision board. So it's quite paramount.
When did you start it?
So I started my previous vision board 4 years ago. And what was on my vision board, I achieved it within 2 years. There were only really 3 things left on my vision board, but I had to make a new one because of COVID-19.
Yes.
And I also spoke to my financial coach, who encouraged me to do a new vision board because what was on there was already achieved. And then with COVID-19 happening, we needed something
that never existed.
Yes. So it needed to be revived. It needed new energy. And this far, I've already accomplished 2 things on there.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, it really does work, and everybody should have a vision board.
Guys, there's a challenge. Can we challenge ourselves to get our vision boards going? You never know how many things you can achieve there. And listening to you, Carrie, I find it difficult to detach the getting what's the stuff on one's vision board into a reality, detaching it from self-love and self-awareness, because you can only be aware of yourself to be aware of your needs, isn't it?
Yes.
Thinking about your vision board, I find it difficult to detach it from one acquiring self-love and self-confidence and self-esteem. So for me, those are interlinked. Can you tell us how your vision board has helped you wake up every morning and decide to show up every day?
So, in order to get somewhere, you must have a road and a route.
Yeah.
So, for my vision board, I've kind of sort of put things in a chronological order. For example, getting up in the morning starts with having my morning devotion with the Lord.
Yes.
Giving thanks to Him for where it is that I am and for where it is that I'm headed. Then from there, I go to the gym. That is my 1 hour's time to work on myself, be without my phone. Some days it's gym time, other days it's therapy time. And then from there, it's all about getting dressed and showing up in my business, which is Honey Fashion Accessories.
Yes.
And through certain affirmative words and pictures of what it is that I do on a daily basis, that is what helps me get into work mode. And then from there, it's also to do a little bit of socializing with people, because I love to socialize.
Yeah.
That
and
kind
we've
of
missed
stuff.
that.
When we miss that very much. And then on to really looking at what it is that I want to achieve and what it is that I want to do. So you have to really love yourself, a lot, and put on there what it is that you want to achieve in order to help you get to where it is that you want to go.
I want us to delve deeper into the affirmations. I had my daughters over the weekend. We were preparing for them starting at varsity, and we were talking about the importance of saying affirmations about what you want in your life to manifest. How have you been? Please explain to our viewers what affirmations are and what they do to one's spirit.
Okay, so I'm going to use an example. One of my things that's on my vision board I cut out is a 50,000. And that is what I want or wanted to take home in my business. It's about how much do you want to earn and how you're going to go about getting that money.
Yes.
So I cut out the picture, I put it very, big on my vision board, and I created an affirmation for myself, which is, I am a money magnet and money flows easily and effortlessly to me. Money loves me and I love money. An avalanche of money is flowing to me. So I say those affirmations I say the affirmation all the time. It drives it into the mind. It opens the mind to the possibility of what can be and what will be. And through saying that affirmation every single day when I get up, I'm very happy to say that prior to COVID-19, every month I was taking home 50,000 Rand in my business and more.
But guys, did you hear that? Did you hear that?
So you need to
goosebump stuff. Goosebump stuff.
You need to put into the universe what it is that you are wanting. So I have a number of affirmations that I say on a daily basis, like I look after my body and my body looks after me, which is really the truth, because through nourishing myself with good food and water and taking my vitamins and going to the gym, I'm cultivating a good body for myself.
Yeah.
And then one of the other things is that I am lovable, I deserve love, and I deserve to be loved. So that is the one that I'm actually working on right now, because I am open to the possibility of meeting someone. And through affirming what is good for me and what it is that I deserve, I believe that God and the universe will give it to me.
So if I hear you correctly, affirmations are one of the few ways where we are allowed to fake it till we make it. Because you start by faking it, you say those words until you start believing them. And
Absolutely.
Once you believe in them, they start manifesting.
Exactly. The manifestation actually starts happening there within your mental space, and you've got to say it on a continuous basis for you to actually believe that it is possible. And through believing that it is possible, it will then manifest itself.
And it does happen.
And it really does happen.
I'm reminded of an incident where my husband and I were due for our holiday in Dubai. And I've always wanted to go to that tall building. And I start going onto the net and I make our bookings for all the excursions and my booking was kind of mixed up. Did I throw a fit? And needless to say, that I had already said to the universe that when I get to Dubai, this is one of the things that I want to do. Go to the top of the Burj. And we ended up getting that trip, that excursion. We ended up doing it for free, plus dinner.
So you put into the universe what it is that you wanted to do, what it is and where it is that you wanted to go, and the universe gave it back to you. Power of manifestation and affirmations.
Exactly. So guys, please, can we start with those affirmations? If you don't know what they are, Pinterest should be your go-to platform. Get onto Pinterest, look at affirmations, and download the ones that resonates with you and start saying them
and apply it to your daily lifestyle.
Daily. They say, my life coach used to say them even 20 times a day. Just keep it's like a prayer. Whenever you remember to pray, you just pray. You don't wait for a particular period. So with affirmations, you do the same. When you remember, you have them on your phone. Pull out your phone and start saying your affirmations. And trust me, good things are gonna turn out to be positive in your life. Now that we've moved away from affirmations, but not necessarily moving away because they can never be done with if we're talking self-love and self-confidence and building your self-esteem. But now my question to Carrie is that when people start to love themselves more each day, it's amazing how their lives get better and they start feeling better. I think you touched on that in your previous response. They also start living their purpose and getting paid for it. I know you're big on that. So their relationships either improve or the negative ones dissolve and the new ones begin. How has that worked out for you?
Well, it's very interesting. So along my journey, I have found that I have lost some friends.
Happens.
And I've lost some connections and some business relatives and relations. And it's really quite interesting that people actually feed off your energy. When you are in a negative space, it's also, such a catch-22 situation. You have people who feed off your negative vibes because they are in such a negative space themselves. Yeah. And then you have the positive ones who feed off your positive energy. So throughout the lockdown, unfortunately, although I tried to always be positive, I did have my negative moments, and I got to see how that actually impacted my business.
Yes.
And then I needed to do a little bit of self-introspection, which I did. And now that I've adopted and I've also manifested this positive mindset and positive aura around myself, I've actually been connecting with a whole lot of other people out there that I've never really connected with. So, self-love is important. And when you do love yourself and you look better and you feel better, you are unstoppable. And you can really just achieve so much more.
Wow. I wish our interview ended here, but I still have one last question for Carrie. I can't let her go without this one. Carrie, jewelry, makeup, high heels, dressing for the occasion, all those things, they are so you. And that's one of the things that I love so much about you, except that I also got to find out how wonderful a person you are. Please, can you tell the ladies out there that dress in a way that you want to be treated?
Absolutely.
Look the way you want to be treated. A little bit of TLC on the face doesn't kill anyone. You don't have to be a makeup person. You don't even have to put on makeup, but put an effort into how you look when you step out to meet other people. It shows respect for self and respect for the people you will be meeting. And you may be amazed how many wonderful things happen to people who look good. Because you're looking good says something about how much you love yourself. It will help repel the people you don't want in your life and keep those that you want in your life. Looking good means you are self conscious.
Yes.
In a positive way. It also means your self esteem is in the right order, which talks to your self confidence. So when people have a problem with you and your self confidence, know that it's the kind of people you don't need in your life. So please tell us about stepping out of the house looking the part.
Okay, so every day for me is a fashion day. And even more so during the lockdown, it was dependent on me to still get up every day to be able to, coach, train, and guide my team, and for us to still earn money at a time when it seemed that the world was not actually working. So, just as Nomzamo has said, the way that you look is the way that you will be received. And one of my important thoughts and thing is that you need to dress the way you would like to be received. So if you're going to be dressing all open and all frivolous, you are going to be attracting the wrong people. But if you are also looking for a job and you are wanting to be out there and to be like an icon, you need to dress the part. To be received that way. So in my line of business, which is fashion accessories,
Yes.
you must be able to wear your fashion accessories so that you look the part.
Yes.
So I get up every day, I go to the gym, I still wear my honey fashion accessories to the gym because I'm going to attract people at the gym. And I come home, I get into the bath, I do my hair. If I'm not really going out, I'll still put on a little bit of mascara, because when I take my selfies and my eyelashes look great, then I feel so awesome, and I put on a little bit of lipstick or a little bit of lip gloss. But, and also I make sure that I look good and I feel good. And that really just does resonate with what it is. If you're sitting at home every day in your pajamas, you're not going to want to feel like getting up and going out and doing anything. If you're not clean and you're not smelling fresh, then you also just don't feel great. So for me, that's why I try and cultivate every day. I'm always lucky, go ready. I don't know how the day's going to turn out. But when I look good and I smell good and I feel good, I attract all the positive, all the goodness.
Yes.
and I'm in love with myself, and we don't need to have someone who loves us. They complement us, but it's not mandatory. If you love yourself, that's what's important.
I wouldn't have put what Carrie has said better myself, but I'd like to add that no, you don't have to look far for brands. I was once at an event, and this lady asked, "What's your favorite brand? What's your favorite brand?" And people went on to say Prada, Gucci, BMW, Audi. No one mentioned me.
Yeah.
I am the brand. BMW takes so much time and effort and investment to get the BMW brand looking the way it is and having the reputation it does. You as a brand, me as a brand, the brand Nomzam. At least BMW, I always say they can put euros into how much they are worth. This one, this brand is priceless. So when I want to start putting on investment, it needs to start here. I will invest in myself, in the way I love myself, in the way I carry myself, in the way I dress, in the way I choose to show up. Because I want you to see the worth in this brand that is Nomzam. And I would like to challenge you to start seeing yourself as a brand. Start loving yourself as much as you love that handbag, that shoe, that car. Put the same effort into things that you do for the car, for the bag, to upon yourself. If your bag doesn't sit on the floor, on the ground, don't do that with yourself. If you take your car to the car wash every week, can you do that with yourself every day? You take your car for a valet, take yourself to the spa. Just do things, pamper yourself. It's allowed. And it doesn't have to cost you a cent. You can do that with anything that you have in your house that will be good for your skin. If you fail to find them, go to Pinterest again and search for home remedies. Bicarbonate of soda, lemon, vinegar, all those things, they do wonders. But read first so that you don't ruin your skin and say, no, Zama said so. So please, but hey, all I'm saying is that love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. You will see the confidence will turn around. You will attract people you've always wanted to attract in your life, and you'll attract things you've always wanted to attract in your life. So please, can we just get onto the habit of loving ourselves, pampering ourselves, treating yourself the way you treat your branded stuff that you think their brands more important than the brand you. Can we just do that? I'm challenging you. This is Nomzamo on the couch with Carrie. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nomzamo.
And guys, we'll chat again next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
Bye.